If you hear me!
Andi's Roundup, come on, join the fun. Andi's Roundup, he likes it up the bum. We're here with Dave and Andy's gonna tell us all about some wrestling that no one cares about. It's Andi's Roundup. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Andi's Indie Roundup. And yes, it's me, your humble host, Fraz, joined as always by the one and only Dirty Dave, the ring historian, who's just brought us a fantastic episode of From the Vault with his signed autographed Bret the Hitman Hart photograph. And then we've got the man, the myth, the legend. Some people call him Mantar. I call him the kayfabe assassin, AndiNero. How are we, gentlemen?
Really good, big man. Really good. Tired.
Well, guess what? I think everyone has been sleeping for the last 4 weeks because we haven't had an Andi's Indie Roundup for about that time.
Yeah, I was on holiday.
So me and Dave are looking forward to it. We're looking forward to seeing what's happening outside of WWE.
Well, I mean, obviously this week has been a very, very Eurocentric week in wrestling, in the sense that both WWE and AEW are in town. And this weekend we saw AEW and New Japan produce Forbidden Door alongside CMLL and Stardom. Packed house in the O2, packed out, beating the current or previous record set by WWE for capacity crowd in the building. 18,992 people. Rowdy, keen, passionate fans. Loving it. Yeah, massive card. Cannot say enough good about this show. I know obviously it's not to everyone's cup of tea, it's not to everyone's taste, but if you enjoy hard-hitting, strong style wrestling, it's definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth doing. Even if you can just catch highlights, just catch up with it a bit. It's worth doing. Yeah, did either of you guys even look at it on Instagram? Have you even seen any highlights? Have you seen anything regarding it at all?
So, sorry, Dave. I'm just going to go first. I saw some stuff on Instagram. Saw some stuff on the interweb. I did think it was like an advert for like kitchen cutlery, but it turned out it was wrestling.
You are alluding, of course, to the main event match, which was insane and very, very, very violent. But we'll get to that in a bit.
I'm jesting. So, presumably, nothing happened for the last few weeks in wrestling outside of this event, or was there any build-up to this, or...
Contrary to popular belief, there has been some storyline, there has been some build-up.
Yeah.
Essentially, Will Ospreay is due to be going off and having some surgery. So basically this was almost like the blow-off to that. He's been attacked several times by the Death Riders, John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, aka Cesaro, Marina Shafir and company. There's a guy in that group called Gabe Kidd, who you actually look like, Fraz. If you do a little Google search for Gabe Kidd right now, you might see him and you'll think, yeah, absolutely. In other news, you've had Athena, formerly known as Ember Moon, has been beating the snot out of Timeless Tony Storm week on week, dropping her on her head, which has been really, really cool leading up to their match this show. You've had Cope, Edge and Christian sort of coming back together to sort of reunite those vibes from ENC days, and sort of finding their way back to each other following their massive falling out when Christian told Edge to go fuck himself, which was excellent. What else? Hangman Adam Page, and yeah, there he is, Fraz himself.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Andy. Viewers, anyone that is going to watch this video, if you could leave a comment and let me know on a scale of 1 to 10.
Do a face
I look
video,
like
do a face
this guy.
clip. Show his face. It's his face.
Oh, I mean, I'm showing his face. Look, these are all
face,
pictures.
beard, hair.
Do I look like Gabe Kidd?
Yeah, you do.
That's the question there.
Dave,
Dave, well, I mean,
vibes.
we've got a live reaction here. I don't think I look anything like this guy, but I mean, I'll take it. This one here. Possibly. Hold on.
I mean, no.
But I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I was going to put
He's
in
a
Bron
killer,
Breakker, but
isn't it?
I mean, if you're saying facially, I mean, I can only see the guy's head and shoulders. I don't know. You might mirror him somewhere else.
Maybe. I can't.
Slonger.
No
This
point
is
of
it.
reference on that one, I'm afraid. But yes,
Hurly
there has
burly
been-
men.
Got no point of reference on this. Love it.
But yes.
Okay,
no, suffice
crack
to
on.
say-
Can I just cut in because I'm fucking bored already. I mean, Edge. When they were singing his song, that was beautiful. I love that.
Very much so. Very
Love
cool.
that. I love the fact that him and Christian are back together.
There are some that feel as though this whole singing the people's songs as they come out to the ring is a bit de rigueur, and it's like, where does it come from? It actually
Who says
started
that?
in AEW. There's been some comments online. I've seen some dog shit takes. We're not doing hot takes, but it was one of the worst ones I've seen. It all started, well, some may say
With Chris Jericho, Fozzy, yeah?
with Chris Jericho and Judas, and now we have that to thank for things like Edge, for things like Seth Rollins and CM Punk and all the others that are singing their theme tunes. It all started with Fozzy, and it all started in AEW, so we have that to thank. But yeah, it is a cool little thing that they do, and I don't hate it. So
Can I make a little point there? Does it have to? Are they saying that AEW created
no,
that?
AEW aren't saying that. I'm saying that in terms of the fact that I can't remember.
'Cause I'd more like
sing the theme tune.
Probably say that would be the fans that do that, not necessarily.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's WWE or AEW, does it?
Yeah, but it was the fans at an AEW show that were enjoying Judas enough and enjoying.
What
Chris
year
Jericho's
was
work
that?
as Le Champion, 2019.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, I just want to say that there was a certain wrestler that came back at Forbidden Door that you all laughed at me about.
I
Mabel.
was going to get to that. I'm going to get to him. Don't worry. But in terms of the main show itself, yes, Adam Copeland, Edge, and Christian Cage defeated Killswitch and Kip Sabian. These names are just nameless faces to you guys, but essentially,
No, I know who
follow
they
the
are.
Story. Killswitch is the former Luchasaurus. Again, whole different situation. Really good match. Good, worth watching. Bit of dissension in the ranks between Killswitch and Kip. Carl Fletcher, who is excellent, retained his TNT Championship against Hiromu Takahashi, the Time Bomb. Go on.
Sorry.
Don't do this
You're
much
just
interrupting for the
you
vault.
are. Yeah, but the thing is, the vaults are facts, and I'm asking questions because I don't know about these things. So
Okay,
why
go
did
on.
Luchasaurus change from Luchasaurus to Killswitch?
So he was Luchasaurus because he was Jungle Boy Jack Perry's dinosaur. Again, whatever. And then when he turned on Jungle Boy Jack Perry and joined with Christian did not like the fact that he was a dinosaur and changed his name to Killswitch, which is, of course, Christian's old finisher name.
Right.
so yeah.
Okay. No, cool. Yeah, I will interrupt because I don't know. So
That's fair.
I've got to
Perfect.
ask these questions to understand. And people that watch WWE that are watching this video to try and find out about other promotions will probably be wondering the same thing.
Very true.
Carl Fletcher.
Carl Fletcher retained his TNT Championship against Hiromu Takahashi, the Time Bomb from New Japan, former multiple-time light heavyweight IWGP champion, an excellent wrestler in his own right, looking a bit puffy in his older age, but he is coming to the end of his career, but he's looking a little bit on the plumper side of thin. But yeah, very, very strong match, solid match, and amazing to see that Takahashi can still do what he can do. Go and
Not
watch.
to be confused with Time Cop Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Not to be confused with Time Cop Jean-Claude Van Damme. No. This is the Time Bomb. Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks, the CEO, retained her TBS championship in a four-way against basically two girls from Stardom and Alex Windsor, who is Will Ospreay's significant other. This one, take or leave. It wasn't all that. It wasn't great. It was just another title defense for Moné. And I don't like the fact they're shoehorning in Alex Windsor at the minute, because it's a bit nepotistic to be like, Will Ospreay's our biggest star. Let's get his missus on the show. It just seems a bit unnecessary.
Does she not normally wrestle on AEW then, or?
Oh, she does. She's an AEW superstar. But it's just like, when Will was with B. Priestley, she was on AEW, and then she was on WWE as Blair Davenport. And it's just like, she became a name because of Will's involvement with her, and then they broke up, and now it's like Alex Windsor's the name, and it's just like, she's not a terrible wrestler, she's a great wrestler in her own right, she's a UK wrestler, but it's just like, it's all a bit hinging on Will's involvement in most things. So.
Another question, sorry Dave, if you've got any questions and butt in, but is Mercedes Moné the women's champion then?
She is the
TBS.
She's the TBS champion. So she's like their version of the Intercontinental champion.
So who's the women's champ?
That's Timeless Tony Storm.
We'll get to that. Look, stop interrupting.
Well, I'm just asking questions.
It's educational. It's
education.
It is an education in wrestling. So there you go.
Right.
But yes. Following that match, which Mercedes Moné retained the title in, we had Zack Sabre Jr., someone who, trivia for you, I've shared the ring with on one occasion.
Wow.
He retained his IWGP World Heavyweight Championship over a legend of the business, one Nigel McGuinness, in a hell of a tight, technical match. So, why is Fraz laughing? I don't know. Probably because he doesn't even know who Nigel McGuinness is.
Nigel McGuinness, that's his wrestling name.
Yep.
Legendary. Could be my favourite. Yeah.
He
could
had
be my
a
new
legendary.
favourite. In fact,
he had an excellent run of matches.
Do you not
with
remember him?
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. You probably know him as being an NXT commentator for a bit.
Nigel
He's
McGuinness.
looking. I can see that he's looking at his computer trying to find Nigel McGuinness. He was the commentator
No,
for
I
NXT
found
for a
him.
little while.
I found him. I mean, this is the guy, is it? Hold on.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, that's the guy, Nigel McGuinness.
He's been in WWE, is he?
He was in WWE as a commentator. He had, I don't know if he was injured or there's rumours as whether or not he had Hep C or Hep B from something. I don't know. I don't want to go into details because I don't know the facts, but essentially he was told he couldn't wrestle anymore, and now he is wrestling, but it's like very rare because obviously he's in his 40s, like sort of late 40s, but he is excellent.
And he's
really
got
technical.
hepatitis. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm guessing that was the rumour. Who knows? I don't want to commit to anything there, but yeah. But yeah, no, he's an excellent technical wrestler. Very much into the old joint manipulation. Basically, paved the way for the likes of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate and all that lot.
That's a very good point,
He's
actually.
excellent. But yeah, Zack Sabre Jr., the current IWGP champion, retained his title, and I'm really, really proud to say that I once shared the ring with him and took several knife-edge chops from the guy and one very, very stiff forearm to the jawline, which practically knocked me out. But yeah, very.
Can we just inform the fans that Andy was a wrestler, and his wrestler name was
Tearaway.
So Google it, YouTube it. You can
I
catch
literally
Andy
had
in
a
action.
handful of wrestling matches, and I was just training. But they put a show
He
on a
also
local show.
had a handful of Nigel McGuinness's joke, probably.
Moving on, in a three-way match, Brodido, which is Bandido from ROH, and Brody King won the AEW World Tag Team Championship from, get this, the Hurt Syndicate. Now that name will surprise most because it is in fact the remnants of the Hurt Business, which is Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Yes, that's right. They do go and lose matches, former WWE stars in AEW. And they beat FTR as well. It was a triple threat. So the Revival and the Hurt Business lost to Brodido. There you go.
Is that a general consensus then that WWE superstars or former WWE superstars lose matches or don't lose matches in AEW?
There's rumour and conjecture and sort of, there's shit that gets chatted that WWE, ex-WWE guys don't like going to AEW and losing matches. Aleister Black, famously, I don't think ever actually lost a singles match, unless I think he might have lost to Cody Rhodes once, but he never lost a singles match. Other than that, it was only ever in tag matches. Rusev very rarely got pinned. I think he got pinned maybe once or twice. Andrade didn't like losing, supposedly, although he tended to. But yeah,
Chris Jericho
It's-
lost loads of
Chris
matches.
Jericho's lost loads of matches. Yeah. So it's to be taken with a pinch of salt. It's usually just idiots.
Yeah, that's
making up
bullshit.
stuff. Yeah. The next match on the card was one timeless Toni Storm, who defended her AEW Women's World Title against Athena, aka or FKA Ember Moon. This was a really, really good match. Solid match. Run-ins from Billy Starks and Mina Shirakawa. Mina Shirakawa, if you've got your Google up, have a look. It's worth it. One for the bank, shall we say? But yeah, really, really solid match.
So Athena was in
Ember
WWE, yeah? Oh, well,
Yeah.
NXT, really.
Yeah, predominantly
Ember Moon,
NXT,
yeah.
but she
Yeah.
did have a cup of coffee on the main roster as well.
Okay.
But yeah, Mina Shirakawa, very, very nice.
Is she
Great
big,
match.
is she?
Mina
In
Shirakawa.
AEW? No, Athena.
She's the ROH Women's World Champion at the moment, and has been for close to 1,000, just over 1,000 days now.
Good lord.
No way.
She's doing bits, mate. She's really, really good. Really good. Managed to
So,
stay
in your
injury-free as
opinion,
well.
have they dropped the ball in letting her go from WWE or?
Well, I mean, most of the women that have left WWE over the last 5 years that have ended up in AEW have done better. They've been elevated. You look at Toni Storm. The last time we saw Toni Storm in WWE, she was getting a pie in the face from Charlotte Flair. She left WWE and has now become, some might say, the most over character and gimmick in women's wrestling worldwide. Because when people search AEW, or if they look up AEW, 9 times out of 10, they're going to find something about timeless Toni Storm. She's all over the socials. Everything is about her gimmick, and her character work and her promo work is gold. And she doesn't give a fuck. Like, she'll swear, she'll say stuff that's a bit out there, she'll invoke, any kind of... It's really good. She's doing so much better work than she ever got.
I think they have a bit more freedom though in AEW, don't they, in terms of what they say? Yeah.
I mean,
She
she did do incredibly well in NXT. So I suppose this is all dependent on how we're interpreting this as a failure in WWE. I mean, if you look at her NXT career, it's pretty awesome. She's in 2 Mae Young Classics. She's in War Games matches. She's in title matches. I'd say she did pretty well from an NXT point of view. But yeah, main roster, nowhere near. She's killing it in AEW. Ring of Honor, and definitely doing more outside of the main roster. But she did I'm just playing devil's advocate. She did have a really good NXT run.
Yeah, she was fumbled primarily by the Irishman. It was a case of the fact that Vince didn't really understand the point. He called her up to the main, and the same can be said for Athena as well. Ember Moon.
Yeah.
They both got called up around about the same time to the main roster, and Vince just fumbled the bag with them too. But they left and have done some amazing things across the aisle.
And Toni Storm won then.
Toni Storm did retain. Yeah, she made a
Yeah.
tap out to her crossface chicken wing, which is she calls the TCM chicken wing. 'Cause it's like the classic movies or something. It's true classic movies chicken wing, because she's an old Hollywood movie star. Following that match, we had Hangman Adam Page, and he defended the World Championship against MJF. In fact, I'm missing a match here from my notes. There was also a match between Okada and Swerve Strickland to mention, but I will talk about that in just a moment. Everyone's favourite asshole, MJF, didn't cash in his contract. He won the Casino Battle Royale a couple of months ago and won a title shot. And Hangman Page has spent the last sort of 2 months testing him and pushing him to use his title match opportunity, and he never did. He basically forced Hangman Page to agree to this match by having Mark Briscoe tortured and almost retired, basically, by Ricochet and some other people. But yeah, it's been the storyline has been there, let's put it that way, and MJF has been doing great guns again. But unfortunately, it all came to naught. Some nice little story beats in this match, though. There was a bit where MJF had the win, and the ref was positioned poorly and couldn't see that Hangman Page's foot was on the rope at all, counted the 3, MJF turned around, actually was celebrating. The referee gave him the title, and then they basically turned around and was like, no, you didn't win, because we noticed the foot was on the rope. So it was quite a nice little set. But yeah, Hangman wins with the Deadeye and the Buckshot Lariat. Yeah, I think that's going to be one that continues on from there. And then, yes, like I mentioned, there was a match between...
can I just interrupt there? Is he still with the Hurt Business?
No, they split away. Basically, Bobby Lashley got sick of MJF being trying to be a bit too friendly, so they sent him away. They got rid of him out of the Hurt Business, the Hurt Syndicate. So, but yeah, so he's flying solo again, as it were. Although, like I say, he's getting help from people like Ricochet and the GOA. So there's all sorts of things going on there. But yes, Swerve Strickland and Okada. My actual match of the night, my match of the show. I love Swerve Strickland. His work as Isaiah Swerve Scott in the E and in NXT as part of Hit Row really didn't give this kid enough time to shine. He's so good. He's so excellent, and he's worth watching a highlight reel for at the very least. And of course, he's facing the Rainmaker himself, one of the longest reigning IWGP champions of all time, and the current unified champion, Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker himself. And it's impossible, I think, at this point to have a bad match with Okada. And yeah, they continued that trend, and excellent match, well worth the watch. Again, storyline there was basically that Okada has been beating the shit out of Strickland for the last month or two, and trying to interrupt him and interfere with him and snap his knee and all sorts. Maybe not interfering with him. Interfering with him might be the worst word to use there, but you know what I'm saying. And then, yes, Fraz alluded to it earlier, the fork situation, the Lights Out match, the main event of the show, the Lights Out Steel Cage match, which was basically just a love story to anyone who's been watching for the last 10 months, wanting to see the Death Riders get their comeuppance. Darby Allin, fresh off of his trip up the Mount Everest, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, the Golden Lovers, Hiroshi Tanahashi, the New Japan Ace, and Will Ospreay defeated the Death Riders, which was Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli, the Young Bucks, and Gabe Farrad Kid. The bout was brutal in every possible way. Some of the most crazy spots I've ever seen. A little bit of a spot fest. I described it to you guys earlier as being a bit like WrestleMania 40's Endgame situation if Endgame had a TV MA rating. It was just full on craziness from beginning to end. And again, if you don't have any time to watch the whole show, watch that match. If you love hardcore, brutal wrestling, it's brilliant, it's high flying, it's hard hitting, and it's just excellent. Will Ospreay was the featured player, and he did some excellent stuff. He jumps off the top of the cage, which is actually a Hell in a Cell style cage. It's all the way around the ringside area, but with no roof. So yeah, craziness ensues. Darby Allin took a ridiculous bump, in addition to having the fork jammed into his ear and gushing blood like a trooper. He basically does a coffin drop to Gabe Kidd off the top of the cage through 4 tables. And it's about a 25-foot drop, and it's crazy, it's sick, well worth watching. Yeah, Tanahashi ends up getting the win after everyone hits their finishes on the Death Riders. I think if I remember rightly, it was one of the Bucks who took the final pinfall. And yeah, just a really, really solid match. After the match, everyone's cheering, everyone's happy, everyone's sort of celebrating with Will Ospreay. They leave him inside the cage as everyone leaves, and then the Death Riders beat the living shit out of Will Ospreay, writing him off TV while he goes and has neck surgery, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
But they're talking up like this is going to be some sort of weird career ender for him. Possible career end. I mean, obviously neck surgery is bad no matter which way you dice it. But it's pretty certain that given that All In next year is in Wembley again, it's just a build to him coming back and winning the world title next year at All In. And I'm here for it. I think it's time. He's managed to avoid winning the top belt for the last couple of years. And I think it's his time to get those flowers, as it were, and get that title. But yeah, like I said, a really, really good card. It is hard for anyone who's a devout WWE fan to sort of go into a new promotion with no real history, no real background. Forbidden Door gives you that opportunity because there are people from other promotions, and if you just like wrestling, You don't need to know the absolute storyline. There are stories within the matches themselves. They do build a story within the matches. But you also get featured video packages before each match to give you a rough history of what happened. And that's pretty much all I can say. It's well worth a watch. And I'm sure those of us who follow Mr. Meltzer will be keenly looking towards his match ratings to see what the Ring Observer, the Wrestling Observer himself, gives this card. But
you nearly said Ring Historian there.
I nearly did say the other day the other important
Do
day.
not disrespect my friend Dave.
With his Bret Hart signature. Yeah.
Meltzer hasn't got that, by the way.
I was going to say, I bet Meltzer hasn't got a personalised Bret Hart signature, has he? No. But yeah, indeed. That's my roundup for the AEW Forbidden Door. I will keep an eye on going forward the AEW matches and the general gist of what's going on.
I'd be very, very, very interested to hear your thoughts on TNA and Ring of Honor and various other promotions, such as AAA as well.
AAA.
Yeah, it's been insightful.
AndiNero.
Yeah, it's been insightful.
Mike Tenay, he knew everything, didn't he? Yeah, I really liked it, and I've got to say that the card does look fantastic. I think for anyone who listens to us for WWE stuff, who might, like you say, might not know much about AEW. So, what's the easiest way to watch AEW in the UK, for example, Eddie?
All of their weekly shows are available on ITV. They're on ITV4, I believe. ITV3 and 4. I think
and something like Forbidden Door. How would you watch that?
I cannot confirm nor deny how I watched it. Dodgy plastic. I think
legitimate.
I believe you can order it on Amazon. Amazon Prime. If you've got an Amazon Prime membership, you can get it that way.
That's good to know. It's just for bit of a shout out for people who.
There's a big sort of joining between Amazon and AEW. They're showing a lot of their shows on there. So.
Well, and the fact you can watch it for free on ITV4, whereas you have to pay for Netflix or whatever, or Sky Sports, or
indeed,
however we're watching it. So
American viewers who have to now pay for ESPN as well. What a nightmare that would be. But yeah, that's the roundup for me.
Well, thank you very much, Andy, for that lowdown on AEW's Forbidden Door.
Really good,
for those
Thank
that
you.
have waited 4 weeks for Andy to
do anything.
Obviously, basically pull his finger out of his ass and tell us about other wrestling. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, place a comment in the comment section somewhere, particularly about a certain autographed photograph that Dave has. And we will catch you next time on Andy's Indie Roundup. Andy's Roundup. Come on, join the fun. Andy's Roundup. He takes it up the bum. So does Will Ospreay. Wheelchair boy.